Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to 444th meeting of Sarjapura Road Toastmasters Club. And Toastmasters provides a supportive and positive learning experience where its members are empowered to develop their leadership and communication skills, thus resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With that in mind, today's theme is win-win, and where Toastmaster Chanda will talk about why winning is not everything, why there are things far greater than one's own selfish desires and agendas, and just winning for oneself is missing the forest for the trees. We have 3 ground rules for every Toastmasters meeting. First, please avoid any talking when the meeting is ongoing or someone speaking. Second, please keep your mobile phones in silent, and I can give you a few seconds for that. And third, please avoid any topics related to sex, politics and religion. This club's mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience where its members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, thus resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth, similar to the aim of the Toastmasters. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Chanda.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Everyone is present here, right? Or physically present here, mentally still in the bed? Okay.
That is also a win-win situation.
Yeah. So, Sarjapura Toastmaster has been started around 10 years back in 2014, and from that time, I'm sure this play they were using from long time. But members have changed. We see a lot of new faces that is coming. We had a lot of TTM also that is actually I saw them and then I thought, oh, I want to become like them. So it's just a single step that we are taking here to ensure that we are in our journey of ensuring communication and leadership skills that we build here. So Toastmaster, when it was found, I don't want members to tell, but someone who's just when Toastmaster was started first time. Years. So the person who started, I don't remember his name, but anyone?
Ralph.
Yes. So when it's just a single step that he has taken, but it is across I think more than 100 plus countries Toastmaster is being done, and everyone is benefiting from it. So if suppose you see about this current meeting also, it's not about whether we will win or lose. It's just that collectively how a person can improve one after the other. So we'll officially start the meeting, and before that I want to ensure that guest introduces themselves and how they claim to know about the meeting.
Yeah, so myself Nikhil. My second session, so actually I attended first session quite a few weeks back. After that, there was an online meeting that I was not in a town, so this is my second session. I came to know I just wanted to, I was looking for a platform where I can practice my public speaking skills. So I mean, I have been actually part of Toastmaster way back when I was in Delhi. I think around 10 years back I attended 2 sessions, and then there was some other thing going on. So yeah, so when I thought about the platform, Toastmaster came to my mind, and then I was going through the nearest Toastmaster. So I stay close by near Sarjapura. So that's how I came to know about this. And my objective of joining, as I said, is to practice my public speaking skills, to get hold of my nerves and be more confident so that I can enhance my professional career.
I love to speak, but I didn't have a platform to express myself, and I had to improve my articulation in the English. So I was looking for opportunity, but I know there is Toastmasters, but I could not map it with the search that I had. So basically, the objective is like first one speaking and articulation, and second one information gathering. And I do have debate on the topics, and I love to connect everything into our life, to the value of our life and the solving of everything. So yeah, so I came to know about this, and actually this should be the third Toastmasters. It's the same. This is my first time literally, but last before week, the 2 weeks before I came at the ground floor and I reached. And last week I came here actually until the door, and I came.
So this time I think you won and you came inside.
Yeah,
Good. Clap. Good. Just because it just requires one step, and just because we fear a lot, but this time you have made it. It's good. And I think the theme resonates with that also. We were just introducing guests, so you can introduce us.
I'm Siddharth, and I have been to Toastmasters earlier also, I think many years ago, pre-COVID. I think recently I just saw in some of the groups and I think on Facebook or something, and I thought maybe I should kind of restart this journey. And then I was just looking for various Toastmasters, especially the ones who conduct physical classes, right? And eventually found this Sarjapura one, which is quite near to my home. So I really want to kind of again get back to this Toastmasters meeting routine.
So we have seasoned Toastmaster also. It's not that guests, we can treat them as a guest. We have to ensure that we make their Toastmaster, which was alive some years back, reviving.
That was a very short while, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Is that environment at least made you think that let me come back again?
Yes.
Okay, so officially I am handing over to TMOT, that's me only, and we'll start. So let me just start with a little thought experiment. So suppose you are playing a board game with your friends and suddenly you make a move that benefits you and your friend also. And then your friend looks at you suspiciously and you smile and say, win-win friends. Doesn't that feel powerful? So today's theme is win-win, a philosophy that transcends games, business and even relationships. It's the magic formula that says your success doesn't diminish mine. Instead, our success amplifies each other. So, we are about to dive into a meeting where everyone walks away as a winner. So before we move ahead, let me just see a quick raise of your hand if you have ever successfully negotiated a win-win deal. Yesterday I did.
Few years back.
Okay. Any interesting which you want to tell? Interesting win-win situation, a small one. Satya, I will take it over. Let you rest. Yeah, no.
I was manager was searching for a person to fill a position in a team. There was a different team that he was managing, and then I was looking for a promotion. So I told him that you are looking for a senior position there, and I've been working here for 3 years, so 2 years. So why don't you give me the position, and I've also left my promotion. So and he gave me that promotion. So in the end, I was able to be working.
The same story actually yesterday when I went for dance class. Right? So there an instructor is there, not instructor, the fitness center person is there. So I asked him, see, anyway we are going to dance for 50 minutes, right? Let me give you a thought for the foot, so that you can think. And he told, hey, I didn't think for 50 minutes, let me think and come back to you. And then he was working in the HR profession. So what he did, he told, see, an employee whenever he thinks of leaving a company just because they got an offer, what his thought process is, okay, I will get a new project or I can get a raise. But if you think from an HR perspective, perspective, what they will be thinking? If they will try to make you think that, okay, let's give you a new project or a little raise in the, it's not up to the mark, it's just that if you were expecting promotion next year, a little raise so that your morale is, and anyway you also don't want to change your environment. So, and the promotion from HR perspective is the last thing that they can give. But when he thinks from an HR perspective, what's their point is, so that we don't lose a good member. And project also won't get a hit just because if a person is leaving and then they have to find a backup, training and all. And that will save the cost and time for to hire a new person. So in this situation, I used to think that company to retain, they will have to put they are giving and then they have to justify to other members also. But when I got to know the HR perspective, then I understood, oh, now it will help me if I have to ask him next promotion. So that's the win-win situation I think you have applied already in your company. Not with the terms of that I am planning to you, just because you saw that manager is already looking for one. So I am already eligible. Let me just go forward and ask. If you would have not asked, I think someone else might have got that opportunity. So I will just tell a brief what exactly the structure we are going to follow in Toastmaster. We will be having a prepared speech segment where our Toastmaster already they will write a script. They will ensure they practice it, they get it mentored and feedback from their mentor and ensure they deliver here. So it's a prepared segment, but the people who are not prepared with speech, they will also get a chance, but a topic will be given by our table topic master and you have to speak for a certain amount of time. It's not that you have to definitely speak, but ensure if you are not able to think something, what you can cook at the same time and then deliver it. And the last section, just because we have seen people have delivered their speech, but what went well, what feedback we can get it, so that we can apply in the next meeting or for the entire week, things which we can apply in our daily life. Toastmaster is not just in this room. Wherever we go, we represent ourselves just because that gives us a confidence. So we will be having 3-part structure: prepared speech segment, table topic, and then evaluation. So we will begin with our first segment, but before that, I can't alone take care of the entire meeting, how it is going. So we have our general evaluator, Toastmaster Piyush. This is the first time he is taking the general evaluator role, but I know just because whatever role he takes, he ensures that he gives his best. Even though sometimes he takes time to take up new role, but always, whenever a little push is required, that I always ensure that I do it, and then he takes up the role. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Piyush.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So this general evaluator role is about giving feedback. And what I think is that, or I have seen many times, that giving a constructive feedback is quite difficult. Where you communicate your ideas, your perspective across to the other person, and then he understands that, because only when you see the response from that other person, you will be able to gauge whether you gave a correct feedback or not. So I will just start with a small story on this, my personal experience. So what happened was that I went out with my family and came back. So when I came back, my daughter had put the keys on the dining table. She had asked that she would open the door. I had given her the keys. She put it in the dining table where there, and the food was there already. And I saw that we had already eaten. After that, we ate the food, and then she kept it on there. So it was like a bit dirty there. So I just asked, why have you kept the keys there? Okay. And then my wife intervened. So to give a background, all mothers are very protective of their children. So when mothers are quite protective, my wife also extends to me as such, that why this is happening. So my perspective is, why is she intervening? And what happens every time is that, I had a couple of discussions that let my daughter speak for herself. Don't ask don't intervene in year unless I'm really having a wrong year. So after having these discussions, but still I was having a bad year. So my perspective was that my daughter would stand up for herself, don't intervene in between. And maybe see my wife saw that I am having a bad day, so she intervened in that why you are asking this question, and she started to give me. I was like, I was upset. Already for that small thing, I became upset, and then we had an argument. Why are you asking this? And why are you intervening with me? She said, no, I was just explaining the situation. But what is the reason for you to intervene in this in between? I'm just asking you a simple question. And then we had a back and forth. And then what happened at the end of the day was that I was upset and we had an argument. So what I realized were two things out of it later. First of all, I was asking my daughter to stand up for herself. But because I was having a bad day, I got upset with my own daughter. So, no, with my wife. So what happened is that I gave her wrong ear because she was speaking on something. I was not giving her the freedom to speak. Her perspective was that she was intervening, maybe because I was having a bad day. She felt that, and that's why she stopped me. But whatever it was, I couldn't understand that. And I was giving her a wrong ear that I was getting upset on a very small thing. Second thing is that's where Toastmaster comes in. Toastmasters gives you a safe environment to practice, learn, and get feedback. So that is where I wanted to come back with that story. So coming back to, I will be trying to evaluate everything and give the whatever takes place to the meeting. And then during the meeting, I will take notes and how it happens. I will evaluate each person and participant on the meeting and look for good examples, preparation, organization, and delivery, particularly the enthusiasm and performance. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. But before that, I wanted to call up Toastmaster Prabodh, who is taking care of the timer and timing of the meeting. And he is from Bangalore. He currently works in Bangalore as a software engineer at Nutanix, which is a cloud computing company. He joined the group to improve his communication skills and be more confident. And he has
Thank you, Toastmaster Piyush. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I will be timer, and as a timer, I will time each speaker today, ranging from prepared speeches to evaluations and table topic speeches. And to signal the passage of time, I'll be using these three laggards. For formal prepared speeches, the minimum time is 5 minutes. By that time, I will show green card, and at 6 minutes, I will show yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I will show red card. Similarly, for table topic speeches, I will be showing green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes. And finally, for evaluations, I will be showing green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and red card at 3 minutes. For all these three segments, members can extend whatever they are talking about for 30 more seconds at max. But no one will stop, to be honest. So don't worry about getting over that. And at the end of our session, during the evaluation part, I will be presenting my report. And back to you, Toastmaster Piyush.
So next, I will like to call upon my Gabanian, Toastmaster please. He has just graduated from West Pilani, and he is an electronics engineer in a startup. He likes to travel, meet new people, and spend time in nature. He always looks for ways to grow and improve himself. And he's a new member, but he has always been quite participative and always ready to take approach.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So, as a grammarian for today, I will be noticing good grammar usage and bad grammar usage, and at the end of the session today, I will give a report on some good words that were used, some good parts of speeches that were used, and some grammatical mistakes we made. Thank you. Okay, so the word of day for today is preeminent. So preeminent means someone who has distinguished themselves. So an example of usage would be a preeminent expert on politics. Hopefully someone will use the word of the day.
So now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Chanda. He is from Cowork, a place in Assam, which I really want to plan and go to visit, but I have never got the opportunity. He works as a senior data engineer in No Broker, and his hobbies are trekking and reading. And he is here to improve his public skills.
Thank you, Toastmaster Piyush. As the counter, I will be listening to what the speakers say, and I'll be taking note of any inappropriate sounds or words that are being used. Inappropriate words would be like when we are repeating words like such as if you are saying I twice or something like that. And inappropriate sounds would be So I'll be taking note of all of those usages, and I'll be providing a report at the end of the meeting.
So I'd like to call my Toastmaster Chanda.
Thank you, Piyush, for introducing the tag team and ensuring that everyone has their own time limit defined, and how we are, whether we are using any filler words just because we are falling short of the words, or we forward the flow, and a word which we can use. So I would encourage everyone to ensure that we use preeminent. So I am preeminent in handwriting analysis. If anyone wants to know their personality, for sure you can reach me. So we will move to our first segment, that is prepared speech segment. So before that, I want to ask, is there any situation where, just like Piyush was having an argument back and forth with his wife, where in your workplace or in your home, when you were back with, after crossing all the Bangalore traffic, and then you reached home, and then somehow you were thinking that you will just go in sofa, sit and relax, but somehow the argument started, but you don't have time and patience and energy to argue, but you thought, okay, let's come to a common ground and then move ahead. Any situation? Anyone would like to share? No? It's not silent so I will never sleep. Ravi, would you like to share?
I never argue.
Okay, so very silent person. That's the quality that we are looking for, so that we don't have here a situation where we have to call the police. Okay, so we'll move on to our first segment, where our prepared speaker, Toastmaster Chanda, will be delivering his speech. So before that, calling him onto the stage, I would like Toastmaster Ravi to come on the stage. He is from Speakers Squad Club. So first time when I met him, it was not a usual meeting where I have went to deliver some speech or listen something. It was the DLI event where we went, and we were just crossing each other, and then just I asked, where are you from and all those things. But he was not in the mood to be in the hall, just because it was Friday night and Saturday we had a meeting. He slept around 4. You guys can guess why he slept at 4, but he was awake at 8. I was thinking, how can you wake up after 4 hours and then come to meeting, oh, with that to Toastmaster? That's when I understood that how much serious he is about his growth. So having him here, and he works officially in Tube, and he is very energetic person just because he stays near to me whenever I need some power. For sure, I give a call to him. So I would like to call him on the stage and ensure that he sets the ground rule for his target speaker.
Thank you for that wonderful and slightly controversial introduction, Toastmaster Chanda. A very good morning to everyone, and a special good morning to Toastmaster Chanda, who is going to deliver his L1P4 speech. Before we go ahead with the speech itself, I would like to lay down what is the purpose of the speech, which is for the Toastmaster to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during the club meeting. But this is a three-pronged approach. So he'll be delivering his first speech today. He'll be taking the feedback. He'll be also evaluating in the club and then delivering another speech, applying this feedback. That's it. Stage is yours, Toastmasters. I'll give it back to Toastmaster Chanda.
10 steps to Dharma. Steps to Dharma.
All the very best, Toastmasters.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Satya, tiny steps to Dharma, tiny steps to Dharma, Toastmaster Satya.
Hi, good morning all. One day, I received a call from my sister, and she asked me whether is it required now. I was shocked. Everything left for 10 days. I understand her concern. Also, same day I got a call from my parents also. I understood their concern also same. I echoed whatever my sister raised the concern. I determined it's for me. I replied to my parents and my sister. Later, next day, with all my packed luggage, I started early to overcome, we know, all our Bangalore traffic chaos. I checked the time. It is simple, 1 hour 45 minutes duration it is showing in my Google Maps. I felt okay. Then later, I started my journey to pick up my colleague in Cowork police headquarters. I went there, I picked her, but she told me like that, before going, have a coffee. Then I thought, okay, have a coffee, it's fine. But that little pause in my journey turned into nerve-wracking test to me. She is staying in police headquarters in North Wing. After having the coffee, we started booking the cabs. Google Maps redirecting to South Gate. We are trying to book the cabs. Every cab driver going into the wrong direction. Always, so we are cancelling the trip, rebooking. She is also trying, I am also trying. Both we are doing that activity. Later, nearly 45 minutes, we secured one cab. But I need to report by 4 o'clock. I understood that they provide one grace period, 1 hour to report to that place. I saw the time, 2 hours it is showing. 145 minutes to now it changed to 2 hours duration. Okay, before the time we will reach that place. I feel comfort. Then we entered into the cab. All Bengaluru traffic is started. Unable to control. We are unable to move from Richmond Circle, Jalahalli, all the places. Finally, the cab driver talking in the phone, he missed the critical turn. Oh my God. Sometime already, sometimes nerves started in my mind. I fixed my hands, I clenched my hands. Is it just give up? Is this the sign to me? I felt no. I repeated myself, this is for me, like that. But Google Maps showing that 2 kilometers, after 2 kilometers there is a turn. But we didn't see any turn there. We asked the locals, where is the turn we need to take U-turn? Then they said you need to travel 3 more kilometers. Then means wherever he missed, from there we need to travel 5 kilometers to take the U-turn. The 5 kilometers going toward and 5 kilometers going downward. That means 10 kilometers we took the journey. I am in the tense. And we took the U-turn and we entered into the service road. Time is around 4 o'clock. Then what happened? Every time we are facing this problem, I reached the place. After reaching the place, my refreshness like washing over me like a tide powder. On that day, I found that while unpacking, my son has given one item to me. He is the Iron Man of India. That is the keychain he is given to me. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. I didn't understand why he is given this keychain. But I understood that while I joined there, this is not only gathering of my uniting of my fragment of thoughts. How he is done that one, uniting of all the nation, all the fragments of speech into the one nation. That is the thing he suggested me internally. My son also thought to overcome your whatever the cause, stress and the feelings. So that is completely 10 days program I attended. In the 10 days, sitting idle and sitting idle every long hours, it is giving very pain. But over the period, number of days going on, I relieved like that one. I concentrate on my silence, and I thought about the challenges, hiccups, whatever thoughts are coming. Then I found in the 4th day, I found one simple mantra. It is like a clouds coming over the air. Whatever thoughts you are getting in your mind, if you are able to control, please do it. If you are not able to control, ignore. This is the simple mantra we need to follow. I will suggest you all, if you are unable to control any activity, keep away from the side noise. Then you will be able to identify the root cause and work on that one. If you are able to do that one, most of the stress you guys are getting, it will be overcome and you will be free and you are also happy along with your friends and your family. So my simple mantra, keep some time idle for your daily routine. Understand what are the thoughts you are carrying, whether it is able to fulfill or not. If you are not able to fulfill, ignore, then you can enjoy your life very slowly. Thank you all.
Missing a turn. anyone here doesn't want to do that just because you have to again travel so far and then come back. So, but whenever this situation comes to me, I am more of a person. If I am going in a car, I will ensure that I look outside the view, and I will be lost in that. So I always prefer don't give me middle one. If suppose we are going four in the cabin, then you have to sit in between. I don't want to prefer that seat. So I always ensure that I take the side which is outside view. So sometimes it's very always, if it is in Bangalore, once you go out, then only you will see the actual nature. So we also actually missed one miss. I think few months back we were just thought, okay, we'll head to HSR and then we will come back. Just because we were craving, okay, let's try something which is from the north side, some dish. And then we thought, okay, we'll take a small ride. But instead of taking that small ride, we went to Hosur. And then it started raining, and then we were stuck. We just thought, okay, we'll stop at one place and then we'll move. But that rain, and we saw the prediction that it will stop, that rain will stop in the morning, and that too at 6. And then I'm thinking, tomorrow we have to go to office also. We will just reach, and we didn't see the future that Bangalore, whenever it rains for continuous, you will see the flood. And then there was one vehicle that is too fun, if you guys know, it was the older version. And then they stopped, I think, to get the fuel. And the people were coming out of that vehicle, and we were how many people have got into it. And then I searched which model it is, and I think their glass, right, that was also not working. They had put one plastic so that water doesn't come inside. And then we asked, where are you coming from? Then they told me, we are coming from Chennai, we have to go to MP. And then I was thinking, in this vehicle they are going to go. So then I understood that, and they were enjoying. Then they told me, if the rain was not there, we would have reached Bangalore. I told, okay, we were also coming from Bangalore. So all this situation happens, but how we see. I could have sat back and saw that, okay, hey, we are stuck, our sleep is gone, all these things. I could have cried, but I was just enjoying, wow, they are coming from that away, just came here, and they were enjoying this. Everyone came, they were even shivering just because they didn't have, I think they didn't predict that it will be cold here. But it's just that how we see the situation that matters a lot. Suppose in Friday night, everyone wants to leave early from the office, right? What we do, okay, we'll just ensure that we have lunch, we'll do a little bit work, whatever is pending. But all of a sudden you get new work. And then you think, if I start this one, for sure it's not going to end by 6 p.m. So how should we do? Either we take it, or we'll think, already we have a lot of work, what should we do? So, at least in my team what happens, we can collectively work and then ensure that work is finished faster. So we just sat, 3 of us, we sat and then we said, okay, let's split among ourselves and ensure that we can leave before time. And that's how it's, if suppose that work was only given to me, I had to extend. But when we divided, it was everyone can leave on time and they can also learn from the new things that are coming. So that's a win-win situation that happened recently, last week only in our team. Not on Friday, but one day prior only. So that's how things move on, how we see things and how we take it up. That is up to us. So this was our prepared speech segment that Toastmasters Chanda taught, and now we are moving to the next segment, that is table topic. Any idea what is table topic? Yes. Ms. Wu, when you heard the table topic first time or you are hearing now, what's the thought that is coming? Is it the table that you are seeing here, or how is it? Any thought? You won't be punished or asked to go out. You can speak. Okay. So, who will be giving you the topic and what you have to speak? Or suppose when we used to get a topic in school time, we don't know what to write, but we will write something and fill the paper and come that kind, or how is it? Yeah. So just because I can't give topic to everyone, so for that we have a special segment that is called table topic. So table topic master has already prepared. It can be related to theme or it can be in anything. I am not aware what he might ask me also to come on stage, so I will be also thinking what to speak. So he has already prepared, or he will come with some spontaneous topic that will be given, and the speaker has to speak here for 1-2 minutes or 2.5 minutes. So that will help us in any situations, like whenever your manager miss you are not listening to the meeting, and then managers ask, hey, are you there? And then you don't know what to speak just because you were not in the meeting. So what to speak at that instant? So this helps us prepare that. So at least now I am a little bit prepared whenever this situation happens sometimes in my meetings. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Balaji. So he is a software professional and he has been in Bangalore for past 10 years. So if you guys need any help regarding Bangalore, and last session he educated us in front of personal finance. So that also, if anyone is interested, for sure can reach out to Toastmaster Balaji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chanda. She already introduced part of what I'm going to do. As she mentioned, table topics is about impromptu speaking. This is a very useful skill that will help in all walks of life. Have you guys heard about elevator pitch? Can someone tell me what's elevator? Basically, my understanding is that while we are, how can you say, you are asked impromptu and speak impromptu. That's the. That's fine. Thank you.
For me, it's like usually in office you have huge offices, right? And you have quite few floors. And sometimes you see really influential person or someone higher in the management team taking that to their floor. Elevator pitch is like you have some idea and that guy or girl doesn't have a lot of time, and you want to pitch that idea so that you know that that idea will bear fruit eventually. So you have that small a minute or 2 minutes of time period where you have to talk whatever you want to talk about. It should be as dense as possible and it should be able to convey whatever you want to the audience. In this case, just 1 or 2 people. And I think that's what elevator speech is. It's kind of like table topic.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. So suddenly you walked into a lift and you see your CEO standing there. You have very good ideas and you never got an appointment to meet. So you should be able to express your ideas, the thoughts, the most important thoughts. Right? Once you start, like many things come out. But within the 30 seconds that you have that time with him, you want to be able to convey. So that's kind of impromptu speaking. So we'll do that. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is a great platform for all of us to practice that. Right? I know, like, once you come here, sometimes when I give you a random topic that you don't know, your mind will go blank. Just take 5 seconds and then start speaking. Just to, this is an internet definition of elevator pitch. Just to know. An elevator pitch is a brief, say 30 seconds, way of introducing yourself, getting across a key point or two, and making a connection with someone. It's called an elevator pitch because it takes roughly the amount of time you would spend riding an elevator with someone. The table topics is a section where both members as well as guests can come here and speak. I would encourage all the guests to come and speak here today. Let me start with the first one. Can someone volunteer? Siddharth. Competition and collaboration. Give two pros and cons of each.
Yes. See, we must have seen a lot of pre-eminent persons, right? Like in different fields, right? So, like initially, the first impression what comes to us is they are quite competitive. That's the reason they are like well ahead of the curve, right? So that's the first thing like which always comes to many of the mind. But like and at the same time like at a peripheral level, most of the discussions, right? What happens is like how can we get ahead of that particular competition? Let's suppose if I'm running one website, like how can we get better than our competitors and all. So that is the peripheral discussion which we usually have. And definitely there is like a space for competition also. Okay. And in some ways like it has its own advantages. Like it actually gives you some benchmark. Okay, if someone can achieve it, then I can also achieve it, which means it is humanly possible. So that's one big advantage of competition. But what I observed is like once I got into some deeper conversations with like some of the successful people, it actually competitiveness is just like a very small fraction of their growth. Okay, the like probably I would say like just in case if I have to term some numbers, it will be like just only 5%, and 95% of the wins, right, or like your success depends on how collaborative you are, like and how you can take the people ahead. Because what happens is like as humans like we are equipped to like do only certain level of things, okay, and whenever you want to deliver something big, it's not just like one person or one like I think like one or two persons who can do anything, okay, it's just like you should take the group along, okay, only then like I observed that like most of the success has come to the to the so-called preeminent people. And yeah, from that perspective, I feel that I think it's like should be more collaborative and less competitive, but both of them has their own place in the world. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Siddharth. Next, can someone volunteer? What is a situation where you see win-win many times?
How many of you have woke up at 5 a.m. today? On a winter morning, on Bangalore, climate, 5 a.m. Wow. So let me see what happened because of you waking at 5 a.m. Now, Toastmaster Chanda had his speech to prepare. Toastmaster Chanda had to come and organize things. And I guess you raised it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He had his own reasons. But what I'm saying is, because of that, now you're fresh, you're very concentrated, and you have set the tone for the day. Okay, I'm going to start off my day early. I'm going to pace my whole mechanisms of what I'm going to achieve today in A, B, C format. And I've already got half of it. And the rest half of it is just coming here and delivering, or going out and chilling in a Saturday evening and closing the day on a positive note. This I think is one win-win situation that I am personally trying to incorporate in my life. I did not wake up at 5 a.m. I wanted to. 6:30 is my personal best, that is today. But what I'm trying to deliver is this one win-win can lead to say hundreds of win-wins. And if we know anything about compounding effect, it's about doing that one simple thing right multiple number of times so that you become that preeminent person wherever you go in life.
Yeah, great, inspiring. And interestingly, Toastmaster is a place where we all win. We all help each other. I win, you win, all of us. Next topic. Can someone what's the opposite of win-win? And can you give me a real life example of this situation? Opposite.
So opposite of win-win is definitely lose-lose. So I mean, real life example, you know, it can be like when arguments with your spouse, it doesn't result into anything good. Like for example, in my case, we have very different likings in terms of what we want to, you know, watch on TV, what we want to eat, and we don't share too many interests and hobbies. So I mean, we have some plans to ensure that we can come to common ground, but sometimes we are not able to, you know, have a common ground, and that's where you know, it results into a lose-lose situation, because we are not able to understand the, you know, interest of others. We are stuck in our own narrow zone of interest. If we are not able to you know, think about the other people's interest, and we keep ourselves in our world, we don't learn new things. So I think better way to deal with these different interests is to try out new things, try out things which you don't have experience of, so that you can expand your horizon of preference, taste, and everything.
Yeah, arguments, I think it's mostly a lose-lose situation, and I think a lot of times we can agree to disagree and kind of stop there. And the other interesting real life example that I see lose-lose is, you see that, you know, all the days at junctions, people try to cross ahead of each other, and they kind of get into a deadlock where nobody moves. This guy blocks the other guy blocks this guy. So that's a perfect lose-lose situation. Next one. Anyone? Tell me about a world leader that you highly admire.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji. So my interest in politics started back in 2014. I started watching Narendra Modi giving those speeches to those huge crowds, right? And basically, I had never seen anybody give speeches that were actually like interesting to me. But when he came to our place in Guwahati, he was like he came out as like a very charming and witty guy, and he was not just giving us policies. He was not just talking about policies, but he was like making jokes and like making his speech really interesting. So from there on, like I have been following a lot of world leaders, and the most interesting one that I have found out to be is Barack Obama. Like the speeches that he gives are like really interesting, and there was one that he gave in the Democratic National Convention. I forgot the title of the speech, but it was something like which inspires others to like actually follow politics, you know, and try to be like one of the reasons for me to join Toastmasters was also to be someone like him that is able to express his ideas and opinions in a way that is palatable and also understandable to others. So Barack Obama is someone I follow.
Next one. Imagine you are the HR head of a large company. What are some suggestions you would give to your CEO by which both your company as well as employees win? We end the topic. If you are given the power to select a person for partner, who would that?
Give it yourself. Say something.
The story that I told you to think about, right? You told me in situation with your wife.
Yeah.
You're in here.
Yes.
I can talk about the collaboration and competition. We have 2 points. So, I believe competition is for one's own growth. One should have some healthy competition with himself. And collaboration is the key. We can grow together. Like if we take the evolution, when during the agricultural revolution, people combined together and they work together to that's the agricultural revolution, right? When the collaboration happened. So until then, they are searching for their own needs, and later it became like that. Now, coming to the modern world, it is obvious when we work together, we can grow together. And also we can have the competition as the key to grow faster. So collaboration is like a marathon, and competition is we can have oneself to run as a sprint. So we should have both the perspective to grow oneself and to grow together. So
Okay, with that, I will end the table talk session. I'd like to hand over back to Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji, for a wonderful topic. But I want you to stop there itself, just because in one of the Toastmaster meeting that I attended from other club, I saw they had a different culture. So I want to give it a try in our club also. So once the table topic is done, we give the topic back to, just because he has been taking class of everyone, right? So let's give him a topic. So your topic for today is, in Toastmaster journey so far, you might have encountered win-win situation, right? Where you were a little bit uncomfortable, but you had to take it. So something like that you have to share.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests again. A few years ago, I was part of our corporate club in my organization. And I used to be a very active member for some time. And one day, our club president mentioned that we are organizing a competition for Toastmasters. I would want you to be the judge for the competition. I felt I myself am still trying to learn how to speak, deliver good speeches. Immediately I said, wait a second. Then I thought about it. It was a very uncomfortable situation. I thought about it for a day. And I said, okay, let me give it a try. Before starting the contest, I have to address the speakers and audience. So But I think I prepared well and acted like a good judge. That was really amazing.
Now, this gave me a point that whenever I am falling short of anything or last minute drop, I can reach out to Toastmaster Balaji. So, we are towards the end of the meeting. So, you might have seen everyone coming on the stage, just taking few seconds to think what they have to speak, and then they delivered it. But in this process, we think that we have given our best, and we might have. But there is always a room for improvement. So that's when we have our general evaluator who was silently sitting and observing each and everything from when the meeting started, how it went, what went well, what needs to be corrected. So he has observed and made note of everything. So ensure that everyone, we will be taking few points for ourselves and apply it so that we become better. So I would like to call upon our call on stage General Evaluator Toastmaster Piyush.
So before I start the general evaluation, I would like to call the Toastmaster for his evaluation of the Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Satya, do you know that you have a superpower? Which is what I realized today. You have a very eminent smile. That you just come, you smile with your expression, and then the whole room is warm. That's how you started your speech. And I think the way you started it was very conducive and inclusive for all of us. There was no prelude. I hate storytelling where it comes with a context and then you start the story. I think the best stories just start by itself. That said, there are some lovely points that you've mentioned today. I would like to cover them. And I will also touch upon a few areas that are my suggestions where it can make your speech more preeminent. And also, I'll give you a couple of things that you have already, but I feel you can just maximize the benefits out of it. The good points starts off with your presence, your stage presence, the way you used from here to here. I know it is a very small dais, it's a very small stage, but you were visible to everyone, you utilized it very well, you did not overuse anything, and you had your expressions going on when you had the directions. You said the south gate and this, and we had to take a U-turn. So that is very engaging of us when we see as an audience. And you just did not say that my son has given me a keychain. You have showed it to us. A prop goes a long way. That builds the story, that gives us more context. And you ended the speech with a very good message. Always, I'm a big fan of ending a speech with a message. It just bang on, impact on it. And your message was control the controllables and just forget about the uncontrollables, which was very good, bang on. Now coming to the areas where I think if you could have adjusted this, your speech can become better and you as a speaker can do as well. One is you have your story, but you have the story in bits and pieces. That is where I think you have a lot of room to make it a more successful storytelling agenda. Where you mentioned there was a cab driver was on the phone, and there was a pause, and then he missed the U-turn. Cab driver was on the phone and he missed the U-turn. Would have been a better usage of it, just as an example. And that also goes on with your voice modulation. When you said, oh my God, the cab driver, you said, oh my God, the cab driver, instead of that, oh my God, can you believe it? And a brief pause so that the audience can sink in, and then use that voice modulation to maximize your effort. And also with that, I feel you have seen your eye contact was majorly focused on Toastmaster Chanda a lot. I feel that she was your presence of calming down, and that is why you were using her as most of the eye contact, but I would ideally want you to use all of the. And along with that, I would also urge you to use your emotions. I think it is your superpower. You can simply use your emotions and engage a lot out of us. And all the very best for your next speech.
which I really like. Okay, so next I will call over Toastmaster Prabhu to give his timing report.
Toastmaster Piyush, good morning or about to be good afternoon. Timer report for today is Toastmaster Satya took 8 minutes 5 seconds for his formal speech. Toastmaster Aruna took 1 minute 45 seconds for his table topic speech. Toastmaster Ravi took 1 minute 59 seconds right at the border for his table topics, and for evaluation he took 3 minutes 30 seconds, stretching it at the end. Toastmaster Balaji took 1 minute 10 seconds for the table topic that Toastmaster Chanda impromptu asked. Guest Shivi took 1 minute 22 seconds. Guest Nikhil took 1 minute 45 seconds. And guest Siddharth took 1 minute 59 seconds. And that's it from my end. Back to you.
So next I would like to call upon Toastmaster Aruna for his time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Piyush. Toastmaster Satya, I think you were, whenever you use, you're not able to find a word, you use the word that one as a filler. So that you have used a lot of times, like a 5%. And so, 3 times. Good thing is you do not use any inappropriate sounds like so that's a good thing. Chanda, when you are narrating your story, you are always starting your sentences with and then. So maybe that's something you can work on. And you use and then and so 5%. Toastmaster Balaji, you use so and but 2 times. In the table topic section, Toastmaster Ravi used twice. Nikhil used like and 5+ times. Toastmaster Shivi used a lot of sounds like so all of those 5+ times. Yeah, that's all from me.
Sorry for that. I think the main report was from Toastmaster. Yeah, Toastmaster.
So today we had a grammatically preeminent session. So good job everyone. Starting with Toastmaster Chanda, she used the word of the day. But a couple of improvements, go in sofa and relax can be go to sofa or various other alternatives. Then another was side which is outside view, side which has outside view. So that was a correction. Then coming to Toastmaster Satya. You used, just a minute. So you said redirecting to, Google Maps redirecting to. It would be better if you had said redirected us to. Then I feels my hands could have been I felt my hands. And we are able to do that one. Generally you can just cut out the one at the end. So we were able to do that. That is where you stop. Good usage, you had the phrase hiccups in our path. Which is something I'll try to include in my speech. Then coming to Toastmaster Balaji, you introduced the concept of elevator pitch really well. So that is also something we can use in our daily lives. Then you see that all these days could have been improved, and you could have said something like everyday day or something like daily life. Then our guest Siddharth used the word of the day. And a good usage, a new usage, a new phrase being peripheral level. Then coming to Toastmaster Ravi, on Bangalore climate, could have been in Bangalore climate. The good usage was set the tone of the day. Then we used the word of the day as well, so that was great. Then coming to Toastmaster Nikhil, again a new phrase, narrow zone of interest, which is something we can all try to include in our speech. Toastmaster Aruna, you used came out as charming. That could have been something like came off as charming, which is grammatically more correct. You also said used found out to be in between. It might have been better if you would have replaced that with just fine. Then Toastmaster Ravi also used the word of the day. So that is for the report. Thanks a lot.
So now I will come to my general evaluation. Okay. So we first on the planning side, I feel that we possibly need a bit more participation as such, because I think Toastmaster Chanda is always behind me, and others as usual. He is like the engine of this club. So many times he does that. But yeah, so we need more participants and to take up the roles when needed. And so because sometimes people take multiple roles and then they miss that role as such, what they had planned as such. So that I could see being part of this activity that we missed to participate. Then role takers are requested to come in on time so that we can more easily plan and have things going as on time. So we'll try to target for including me. I have been sometimes like 2 to 3 minutes late, but because possibly I was in a general evaluated role today, so I ensured that I come on time today. But yeah, so we need to come at least 2 3 minutes before the date. That was one thing. We delayed by 10 minutes. Yeah. One thing I liked about Sergeant in Arms was that I see his energy level has increased when he says good morning. And the way he engages, it is really, it means I've seen your flow. So I loved it, the way you are changing the approach, and then not now relying less on props that you have or notes, and doing more on the flow at the time that is required. And you explain the mission, ground rules, and the club mission. One thing that I would suggest was that you could introduce the presiding officer with the note as such. So, and possibly add a quote or something when is easily Sergeant Arms, no. Now coming to presiding officer, yeah, energy levels always high. You introduce the theme and how the Toastmaster is about, and also went into the history, and then you took your time out to introduce the guests. So I do not have a lot of feedback on that stuff. I find you quite doing it here. You have done it multiple times, and yeah, that's it. Coming to the Toastmaster of the day, again you introduced the theme quite well. You used quotes, provided the structure of the speech as such. Yeah, so the structure of the speech could have been more. No, it was quite well, so I could not have on that. And you also provided feedback on each person as such. So I think that is quite good, the way you are handling stuff. I like the way you used the miss turn when you took Satya's speech and then spoke on that for quite a couple of times. That was very way that you made the person, his speech was quite engaging, but you helped that idea flow forward. That would be one thing that I wanted to add. And coming to Toastmaster Balaji for the TDN role. So I believe you explained what is the table topics role, and you had a variety of table topics. And you also gave back feedback to all the speakers as such, like how they have performed, no, not performed, but you added on to that speech. and guests participated as such. But what he could have added was that there was, I believe, some additional time remaining. So because we had only one speech, so maybe you could have asked if if there is additional time, and you could have engaged maybe a couple more people from the group. But apart from that, I didn't find anything, so it was good. And yeah, one more thing possibly. The suggestion was that maybe with guests you can give them a comparatively easy topic, just for you, just in the year. Apart from that, in his Toastmaster Prabhu showed the cards, and it means you also displayed the cards for 10-15 seconds each time. So I do not see anything new, and you gave a fabulous report on that. Toastmaster admits word of the day, possibly you did not speak and then you were reminded and then you gave the, maybe you could have given one more example of the word of the day. We understood what you meant by preeminent and it was quite clear. So that's what I mean. And one suggestion possibly for you to be is that I have seen that it is not that is the grammarian. What they do is they go through all the good stuff, and then wherever you need to add any suggestion, you do that in the next year, and also mention whoever you will use the word. So that I was just browsing through, and then I could see the what I'm doing. Toastmaster owner for the on-prompted code. Yes, I think you can possibly put a counter as such on the counter report, like if they're using multiple times, and so that I believe. Sure, yeah. That's it. Apart from that, the evaluation, the speech was very engaging, and the evaluation was done quite perfect. We gave the right feedback. So that would be all from my side. So overall, it was a very engaging and year overall, and thanks for this.
A huge round of applause for Toastmaster Piyush just because he's taking up this role for the first time. I hope everyone enjoyed the meeting. Everyone waiting for lunch or something? Just because no energy I feel. So before I conclude the meeting, let me leave you with this thought. In the game of life, a win-win is the only move that guarantees everyone's happiness. So whether you are at work, with family, or here at Toastmaster, remember, together we rise. So officially I am closing the meeting 4:44 to 4:04. And I would like to hand over the stage to myself as a presiding officer. And I would like guests and members, just because Toastmaster Ravi is from other clubs, so I want to take feedback from him. What went well and what are the areas where we can improve on?
So I think it was a very productive session, and I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people also coming in at the very last moment and filling their roles, which is ideally how a club functions most of the times. And it is that initiative that I feel will drive a lot of good sessions. So kudos on that, and I see your job as well. Apart from that, I don't see a lot of major improvements. I think just consistency is the key. As we grow, club also grows, and then more people are attracted, and also more speakers are attracted. That means more inspiration for us. So we ideally should aim for a space where there's no slot available for us to take. That is the position that ideally a club should be, is what I feel personally. And in areas of improvement, one small thing that I've noticed is not everyone have shook their hand and left the stage or while coming the stage. So if we don't do that, it's like a flow is missing. Just for us to occupy the stage, shake the hand, and go back. Would have been more better transition.
Thank you, Ravi. Just because he was also the last minute role taker, and I had to drop my speech and take TM only. So I want to ensure that members, please ensure that you take up this, because it's not something, just because I was also a person before Toastmaster, I have never been to stage. But I know if I make mistake here, then only I can correct. But if I think I will do next time, that next time would never come. So it's today or never we can think of. And I think today, first time Piyush has taken general evaluator role and TTM role, first time Toastmaster Balaji has taken. It's just that they are pushing themselves. Just because I remember they were sticking to their roles just because that was their comfort zone. But once we realize, we move on and we change. Any other feedback? This much silence I don't think.
Yes.
Sibi, what's your any feedback?
I'm on the stage to receive a feedback.
That we will for sure
Lucky
need.
second, you must give the feedback.
Yeah, I'm happy to start this journey. I'm good. I'm confident I can improve my all the grammatical and part of speech or be the impromptu speaking skills. I'm very confident I can improve if I'm putting this on consistent. Yeah.
A huge round of a clap for him just because he has reached this venue third time. First time he just came to the gate and then he didn't find the courage to get in. Last time just in the ground floor, but this time he has made it. So for sure, and then it's not just coming and sitting in the corner. Not once he told this, right, that I came. This story also no one tells that I was not able to come. But he came and then he came on the stage, even though he was not having any words what to speak about it, but he wanted to. And then he took the topic which he had few thoughts made about it, and then he delivered it. That's the power of Toastmaster. So I'm very happy to hear that you showed your courage and then you are here. So a huge round for applause and then that's a good for you. Siddharth, any feedback?
Nothing in particular, but overall I really like the kind of effort which you are putting in to kind of like take the space and then bring in the people, right? So and at the same time, I think the topic was quite, I think it was well chosen and the energy which you portrayed was very good. So I think like overall I really felt it was very well conducted meetings. So, yeah, that's it from my side.
Anything, any improvement which you want us to take in?
Yeah, I think nothing in particular. I would say. Overall, I think nothing as such. Like I found it to be like pretty good actually.
Thank you.
In case if something comes to my mind,
Sure.
thank you.
Nikhil?
Yeah, it was very well conducted, and thanks for engaging so much with the guests and pushing us to the stage. So I was wondering, we also have table topic evaluator as well, who can give some tips on like, how to think about impromptu speeches.
I think here we can we usually don't have, but we can put it just because that will help the guest. For today, we can just ensure that Piyush will be helping you just because he has actively listened, right? So he can give feedback. Otherwise, we have also, so you can just take feedback, but we will ensure that next time we incorporate that also, just because that helps the speaker also to think on prompt. Thank you for that feedback. And Deepak, would you like to give any feedback? You were late. I would want you to be on time from next time onwards.
Yeah, so this is good. Today's session was good compared to before. That session was good, but in terms of the participants, seeing the participants, and even this participant, you see that pre-event session.
Thank you, Deepak. Any feedback from members? Okay.
Only we need to follow the times.
Yeah. Okay. Then obviously. officially we are closed and the forum is open for networking. Ensure that we see you in the next meetings. And guest, if you are interested in taking the membership, you can reach out to Toastmaster Chanda. He is our VP membership. Thank you.